The 5 hypotheses of Krashen's theory of second language acquisition. Stephen Krashen is an expert in the field of linguistics, specializing in theories of language acquisition and development. Much of his recent research has involved the study of non-English and bilingual language acquisition, known for his hypothesis related to the second language acquisition. Krashen's theory of second language acquisition consists of 5 main hypotheses. We have natural order hypothesis, the acquisition learning hypothesis, the monitor hypothesis, the input hypothesis, and the affective filter hypothesis. Let's proceed to the first hypothesis, which is the natural order hypothesis. In this hypothesis, language learners acquire, instead of learning, the rules of language in a predictable sequence. What this hypothesis is trying to say is that certain grammatical features of morphemes tend to be acquired late. There is a considerable number of studies to support the general existence of natural order or acquisition of English grammatical features both by children and adults. Next is the acquisition learning. Krashen asserts that there is distinct difference between acquiring and learning a second language. The acquisition learning distinction is the most fundamental of the 5 hypotheses in Krashen's theory and the most widely known among linguistics and language teachers. 2 independent systems of foreign language performance. The acquired system or acquisition is the product of a subconscious process, ever similar to the process of children undergo to acquire their first language. Next, we have the monitor hypothesis. The monitor hypothesis explains the relationship between acquisition and learning and defines the influence of the latter of the former. It is the practical result of the learned grammar. According to Krashen, the acquisition system is the utterance initiator, while the learning system performs the role of the monitor or the editor. The monitor acts in a planning, editing, and correcting function when 3 specific conditions are met. We have the second language learner has sufficient time at their disposal. They focus on form or think about correctness. They know the rule. And according to Krashen, the role of the monitor is minor, being used only to correct deviations from normal speech and to give speech a more polished appearance. Next, we have the input hypothesis. Second language acquisition is the direct result of learners understanding the target language in natural communications situations. Krashen's attempt to explain how the learner acquires a second language, how second language acquisition takes place. It only concerned with acquisition, not in learning. According to this hypothesis, the learner improves and progresses along the natural order when he or she receives second language input that is one step beyond his or her current stage of linguistic competence. And last one, we have the affective filter hypothesis. Krashen's view that a number of affective variables play a facilitative but non-causal role in second language acquisition. The variable includes motivation, self-confidence, anxiety, and personality traits. Krashen claims that learners with high motivation, self-confidence, a good self-image, a low level of anxiety, and extroversion are better equipped for success in second language acquisition. Low motivation, low esteem, anxiety, introversion, and inhabitation can raise the affective filter and form a mental block that prevents comprehensible input from being used for acquisition. On the other hand, positive affect is necessary but not sufficient on its own for acquisition to take place. In conclusion, Krashen summarizes his 5 hypotheses under one claim. People acquire second language when they obtain comprehensible input and when their affective filters are low enough to allow the input in.